Hello, hello. Let's play some more Dragon Knight. And I guess I'll get right through it. Like, I want to talk about like the fake news stuff, and I don't know. I think the whole fucking thing is so ridiculous. Like, suddenly, like, the mainstream media has been pushing this fake news stuff about, you know, oh, we have to protect you from fake news sites, you know, just as all of the, you know, John Podesta and Comet Ping Pong Pizzagate stuff has been going on. And like, what a coincidence that they just seem to coincide with each other. Like, you know, when these like pedophile scandals are getting revealed. And like, I even heard like there's this some pedophile scandal in Norway where like 50 people were arrested supposedly, but like I've heard claims that the mainstream media has some websites have deleted like those articles So some websites have deleted the articles apparently to cover up for the pedophiles. So I don't know, maybe like I've said before, like directly or indirectly, how I'm a Common Filth radio fanboy, and I guess to say, and he says like, oh, ignore sodomite orders, and like how the Western man is like they worship the sodomite, but well, I think pedophilia is also of high importance in the West. Although like I guess the average person doesn't really like wittingly support pedophilia yet, but it's more like it's the collectivist nature of the Western man, more like that makes him, you know, support whatever the mainstream media is telling him, or like the political elite is telling that he should worship. But anyway, like I find the whole idea of the like the fake news because it's so ridiculous, because I've known pretty much like at least like 10 years that pretty much all of the mainstream media is bullshit. So they're the real fake news, and I think it's like they're sort of admitting their fake news to anybody who actually has half a brain, which is, I guess, still a minority, because most people are just fucking soulless and dumb. And I think it's by choice. Like, they just, because like, okay, I guess like I should retract that. Like, people aren't as dumb as they seem usually. It's more like deep down they understand the implications of all of it. Like, you know, people who supported Hillary Clinton, they thought like, oh, I don't want to go against the status quo because, you know, I'll be singled out and stuff. So and it's like, oh, they believe what, like, they always, the majority of people go with whatever ideology or thingy is like the most like prevalent, like the strongest dog in the race or whatever. Like, they think they side with the winner, like who they perceive to be the one who's gonna win. So yeah, so as it is now, many people are still siding with the insane left, but it's gonna die, and then there's gonna be probably the insane right, and I don't have much faith in humanity. but I have like faith in truth and facts and reality. Like even though humanity despises truth and facts, they prefer to, like, you know, evade reality in favor of all of their bullshit that they like their ephemeral bullshit. But yeah, I wasn't supposed to rant about how I despise humanity, but about like the fake news stuff. But yeah, it's just that. Yeah, I remember like 10 years ago or so. I was in Japan, and I figured like, okay, I'll check out the website of Helsingin Sanomat. It's like the quote unquote most prestigious newspaper in Finland, and I checked out their website, and what I saw was like who was the winner of the Finnish TV reality show Big Brother, and I was so pissed off. Like, what the fuck? Like, why is this news? Like, I wanted to, you know some actual news, like what's going on in the world. I didn't want to know about, like, I've always hated reality TV, and I certainly especially hated Big Brother. And then they, like, this, supposedly respected news outlet is telling me like, oh, this is important news. You have to know who fucking wanker won the Big Brother show. And so I guess that's like one of the most obvious realizations that made me realize, like, mainstream media is bullshit. And of course that's just one outlet, Helsingin Sanomat, but like, well, especially since then I've noticed that the other outlets aren't any better, and especially now with the Trump election, it should be even more obvious how the mainstream media said like, oh, Hillary Clinton has like 98% chance of winning, and then Trump wins the election and all that stuff. It's just like the media is completely irrelevant. It's just because like people are so fucking authoritarian, collectivist bullcrap artists that they believe, like, because according to some people, I guess the mainstream media still has like this, veneer of respectability and relevancy, which it has never really had. But like, I guess some people still take it seriously or something. I don't know. I don't know, like, I'm not, like, there's some people, so like, up in arms on YouTube and stuff about the fake news, how they're gonna try to use it to censor things, but it's not like a new development. Like, that's what the fucking mainstream establishment has been doing for, especially since 9/11, but before that, like, I don't know, like a lot of these, like, skeptic community, rational atheists, they're like, they're new. Like, let's say a year ago, they would have just laughed at somebody like Alex Jones, who is pushing all these conspiracy theories. And it's not like, yeah, I don't trust Alex Jones and whatever his agenda is. But he's like, of course he puts out a lot of different kinds of information over the years, and some of it is relevant and some of it is not. But ultimately, I think he's like controlled opposition or something. But that's not to say that, you know, for him to like fool other people, he still has to put out some relevant stuff as well. But now with the, you know, Trump supporters, a lot of Trump supporters, like, you know, even Europeans and not just Americans, they, you know, like, oh no, you know, Alex Jones is one of us, or Mark Dice, who is this, you know, another even more suspicious character. And I think like when maybe I misremember this somehow, but like I think when Mark Dice appeared on YouTube like maybe 5 years ago or whenever, I think even Alex Jones was suspicious of him or something, like, who is this guy? But now they seem to be like, oh, we're buddies, and I don't know, maybe I'm mixing it up with somebody else, but like all of these, like people taking them at face value, like, oh, we are on the same side, like, because like this whole fucking conflict has been completely manufactured, like, oh, we good people, conservatives who care about freedom of speech and all that, and this evil authoritarian globalist left. And it's like, of course, like the basic idea of the, you know, the conservatives who just want to, you know, protect our way of life and all that, they're these are good. I like this attack, is pretty good. Okay. So yeah, of course there is so yeah, they're like like the on the surface, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, of course, the, you know, the skeptic community and stuff, they are, you know, onto something good. But like, you have to, like, if you really, like, you know, you're concerned about all of this censorship and wars and Muslim invasions to your country, or like all of this bullshit that's been going on for a long time, you have to look at, like, you know, social engineering and how it has been a factor, you know, for, well, hundreds of years, like propaganda and all that stuff. Is not like, you know, although like Eddie Bernays wrote the book like 100 years ago, or maybe a bit less than 100 years ago, but propaganda has still existed for much longer, and all, and yeah, that's, you know, Eddie Bernays' ideas too, they are quite old. But it's like yeah, people have this current year amnesia, like I think even in the, you know, the so-called skeptic community, and I don't find them like skeptical enough of like what sort of false flag the globalist elite is trying to pull on us, or something, or some Psy-Op. Because like I don't know what like the ultimate goal of this fake news thingy is. But it's just that, like, you cannot play into like their hands. I guess that's the point, because like the globalist elite, they're not dumb. Like, some of their minions are, but like they didn't get where they are now by, you know, being dumb. And they are like trying to, you know, push some sort of Psy-Op or some manipulate you in some way. Like, you know, when you're at war, you never want the enemy to know all of your, you know, maneuvers and stuff. Ouch. I don't know, maybe I'm distracted by the boobs, or maybe I'm just like trying to think like what the ultimate point of the fake news is, but like it's just like, yeah, now it's like it's so predictable, like the whole situation, like you know, the establishment comes with these new Orwellian threats, and then the, you know, truth community or skeptic community or whatever, then they come up with their response like, oh, look how evil they are and authoritarian, and they're trying to censor us, and like, yeah, but it's nothing new, like they've been doing it before. It's just like you didn't see it before. So I don't know what the ultimate deal is with the, you know, fake news agenda. It's just that yeah, I don't know what the ultimate like yeah, agenda is, but I guess like, yeah, I can't like, you know, I won't be able to tell you like, oh, this is what you should do, except like don't just like you know, don't follow the herd, because I think a lot of, you know, all of these fairly new people to notice like, hey, wait a minute, there's something wrong with the world. They still like look at the world from a very like this, you know, mainstream superficial perspective, but like all of this bullshit and manipulation has been going on for a long time. It hasn't just, you know, surfaced with, you know, the Obama administration or something like that, or the Bush administration. Is much older than that. There is, you know, pedophile scandals, or you know, they've existed long before Pizzagate, and are gonna exist until like we seriously put an end to them. But like, and like a lot of people, they think that they are on the same side. Like, as long as, you know, like, oh yeah, I'm for freedom of speech, I'm for, you know, liberty and all of this, but, and of course, like, yeah, they side themselves with pretty much any kind of person who seems to be like, yo, I'm you know, tolerant. I wanna, you know, I'm actually tolerant, but not the left, because like, you know, I tolerate freedom of expression and speech and all that. Okay. But it's not like, I guess you have to figure out what your actual like values are, like instead of just, you know, freedom and pluralism, and like some German YouTubers video I say like, oh, he's not for you know, German culture or anything. He's for, you know, this liberal, classical liberal values and pluralism. And but like, what the fuck is pluralism? You just, you know, yeah, you support that there are many different values in society. And sure, I'm not against that. Like, sure, I guess I would agree. I would like consider myself a pluralist in that sense too. But it's not a real value. It's not something that, you know, you want to do or you want to do for yourself. Like, you know, compared to I don't know, a Christian or a Muslim or I don't know, a atheist who believes in evolution and stuff, who, or like, you know, scientific research, and they are not actual. Like, pluralism is more like this, you know, general consensus, like yeah, these things I like, but it's not like a, yeah, that's what pluralism ultimately gives you.